Today I'm in Brighton playing a progress tour, and these kind of tournaments are great for match play experience, building UTR wins and WTN points. So I need that to go through and play my futures, get into the qualifying, and try and work on my game and really bring forward my best tennis. So yeah, please subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you guys on court. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Sorry I haven't been able to post recently. I have been playing this tournament and experiencing a lot of difficulties with the editing and the exporting process on my MacBook. It's sort of playing up and I need to get it fixed. So anyway, I'm back on the channel and I have this Hove Trilogy UTR match play event, and basically just being able to get some level-based matches with roughly the same UTR opponents, which is great for my match practice going into futures events. So basically this is set up where it's on Brighton Beach, so it's a little bit of wind to it, it's extremely hot, and the courts are just unbelievably slow and high bouncing. So that is the match conditions. To be honest, I really liked the weather actually today. I felt like it wasn't hindering my game, if anything it was helping. I found like felt really good on the court. All of my shots were, majority of them were going to where I wanted to. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of trouble executing my game plan, so I was really happy going in, accepting the fact that whatever happens, I just want to execute a game plan. And especially on here, I want to be able to earn the points instead of giving them away, being too passive as I have been in other matches previously. So I just want to go after the point and make the guy earn it. So again, with these courts being super slow, you can run to everything and it's really hard to put away the ball. So I can move forwards to the net all I want, but if you're not really executing and into the corners with enough pace, yeah, it's really tricky to get through someone who's consistent. And unfortunately for me, this opponent was really consistent, so credit where it's due. He made me play a lot of balls, and it was up to me whether I could execute my game plan as best as I can, with enough effect to win the match, of course. But it was a great experience. I have a couple matches, so there will be another video after this, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I can run you through this match quickly. I've got my girlfriend and her mum watching me today, so there's a little bit of added pressure, but I think that only enhances the fun aspect for me. Of course I just want to try and play well and show them that I can play tennis pretty good. So yeah, there was a few other weird hindrances. As you can see, there was kids on the court next to me. There was lines all over the court that we're playing on. There was a drone going above us. There was literally everything going on. But yeah, not an excuse. It's just funny to experience it. But yeah, this match was always going to be a massive grind. Recently, I feel like I've been working on making a lot of balls consistently. However, that has this sort of a double-edged sword where you can be too passive and focus on making the ball in rather than taking your opportunities because you're scared of winning the point and missing. So I think going forwards, to raise my game, I will really need to take charge and dominate the point a little bit more in my favor. But yeah, this is all a learning process. I need these match play before going into futures to really up my level, see what's wrong, see if I can iron anything out, any mistakes during my practice sessions, and yeah, hopefully come back to every single match a little bit stronger than the last one. But yeah, my opponent was very consistent. All he did really was make me play and put a lot of balls into the court. So on this court that's kind of a nightmare to play because not getting any cheap points means you have to work and play like 10, 20, 30 rally shots just to get a point. And over time that obviously takes a physical toll, a mental toll, and sometimes it questions, even if you're doing the right thing, whether you want to change things up to make points shorter in order to save your body, things like that. So it's really tough to get through someone like that. But of course I need the challenge, and you would only be getting better if you can deal with different situations. But yeah, let's take a look at this match in person. So yeah, I mean, I will be putting a scoreboard up here so you can keep track, but not the best day in the office for me. However, I am quite happy and proud of my performance. It's one of those days. I don't know if you guys have ever had that. I felt good on court, actually. I felt like I was making a lot of first serves in. Quite a few deep shots. I think I have a tendency to hit quite, relatively down the middle, which is not great for opening up the court and providing myself with opportunities. So I need to hit a few more shots like that where I can pull the opponent out wide, create space, move in, and yeah, take control of the point. So I'm really happy with points like that, and Jack does a great job there to dig that out, hustle really hard, and make me play that extra last ball. And that's what it came down to this match. I feel like, although you might see the scoreline and be like, what the hell? I feel like, from a playing standpoint of view, it was a completely different match. And that's how tennis is. I have lots of opportunities. I could say how many 40-15, 40-30 advantages I had. But ultimately, I wasn't able to capitalize. And yeah, that's what tennis is about. You have to be able to close out points, especially under pressure. And when you get to a good level, everything is about playing well on big points, and holding your nerve, keeping your level, and making that extra ball in with quality. I feel like that is really the difference between someone who's winning a match and losing the match. So it's great practice for me again on a new surface once more, and yeah, trying to dig through a new scenario where I have to fix and find a solution. But yeah, as I said, I was really happy with my first serve. I feel like it gave me many opportunities, and that's a weapon that I'm looking to improve, of course, as time goes by, and I try and raise my game. Of course, I think you need a serve that's going to allow you to dig in and hold service games pretty comfortably. You need to be running through them and not being shown any break points. I feel like if you are struggling to hold your serve, then there's a bit of an issue there, whether either your serve's not powerful enough, whether it doesn't have enough accuracy, and majority of the time it's a combination of both, where you need to be able to pick your spot, pinpoint accuracy, get it in there, and then look to put that second ball into the space and take charge of the point. And then repeatedly do that without dropping your level throughout the period of the set to hold. Obviously that's in the simplest form how it would go, but there's many obstacles that come up, especially as you play different players, different game styles, and a certain amount of threats that they hold against you. So you have to sort of navigate that through the match, especially when you're playing different opponents all the time. It's a lot about adapting, and if I can't do that well enough, then you only get so far. So of course it's something that I constantly want to improve and get better at. But yeah, as you can see, the odd shot like that right there, I pulled out of my locker, is going to save me. Again, points like this is really nice, where I'm able to just play simple, well constructed and executed points. Big serve into the space, follow up to the net and finish it there. But yeah, during the course of today, of course there was a lot of unforced errors, I feel like, from my side. I think that I built up the point really well, but in that process of building and moving forwards, where I feel like it's the last couple shots, I would just miss by a few inches. It's certain little things like that where sometimes I felt like I struck the ball really well. Like there, I'm firepowering from the back, being able to hit winners, but 1 point isn't going to win you the game, so you have to be repeatedly doing that. Yeah, I would really appreciate it if you guys could go and subscribe. Alright, let's get back to the video. Again, credit where it's due. As you can see from this point, Jack hits a nice first serve. I roll in return, it wasn't good enough, and he takes charge himself. So yeah, points like that shows that you can't just be passive and hope for an opportunity. You actually have to hit with good quality in order to receive that opportunity. So yeah, that's a bit of a deeper return, as you can see. Back into a 50-50 neutral. Chucks in a slice, and a lot of these rallies are similar to this one you're seeing. A lot of hustle and grind, sort of waiting out the opponent, trying to get a shorter ball and looking to move forward and attack. Again, with these high bounces, it's quite ridiculous. I mean, you're always 3, 4, 5, 6 feet behind the baseline, taking that ball shoulder height at least or above anything you're attacking. So yeah, and as you can see here, if you're not popping the volley away, Really hitting it hard. That was a horrendous miss. Sun was right in my eyes, but yeah, you gotta be taking opportunities regardless. You know, end of story. Should be simple enough and clinical. Otherwise, you're just making it a hassle and much harder job of what you need to be doing. That's a nice backhand into the space. Again, just trying to hit with good depth. Look for my opportunity. That forehand inside out or inside in has been really working for me well. So you can see me running around a lot of my backhands. Not because I don't want to play backhands, just because my forehand is working well. So of course I want to take advantage of that. And a really long rally, got my opportunity to move forwards. That ball wasn't good enough, and yet it's a really nice lob, so well done to Jack. Decent return, but again I can open up the court. Whether I'm doing that well enough, you can judge for yourself. Clearly not, if the point's still going on. Right, again, it's 50-50 sort of here. We're a bit of a chess game. Seeing what he's doing. Trying to leather a backhand down the line, but it goes long. Probably wasn't the smartest decision. There, popping a serve down, really sparking the ball. That's going to help my situation. And you can see how high that bounces, a joke. Really difficult to time, because sometimes you'll time it well, you'll hit the contact point, you know, right out in front, and it feels good, you know, strong. You're really going into the ball with momentum, and then you can do the same thing and it goes wide, and then you're like, oh, should I not pull the trigger then next time? But the truth is you have to keep going after it, and with these matches, because it's only match play and there isn't a whole lot on the line, it's really good to practice your game and yeah, just commit to it. Absolutely commit. Really hitting that forehand well, rewarded for that. See what I can do with my serve here. Really nice ace. You know, again, going after that first serve and using it as a weapon will really benefit you in the long run. You know, of course, I think it's acceptable to make a few mistakes here and there, but longevity of tennis, you're going to have a couple weapons and develop them over time. It won't happen straight away, and the first steps you can take is putting that into match practice. As I've only really been taking tennis seriously in the past year and a half, 2 years, playing a lot more matches. You know, a part of me is scared to put it into practice because I keep thinking about what ifs, buts, and could have beens, basically thinking about different situations that might never happen, such as being worried about missing and what would the opponent do. But all that stuff is really irrelevant, because when you're knuckling down in practice, you want to recognize those situations. And then, yeah, really put it into reality. So if you see a short ball and you've been practicing that in practice, it's sort of just like a cue that you have to trigger in your mind and look for it, and then instantly commit to that shot. Yeah, let's bring it back to the match a little bit here. Another really big hustle point. I'll pick my options. I go for the lob, and I thought I actually hit it really well, and somehow that's just floated a bit long. But nothing I could do there. I feel like I chose the right thing. But yeah, it just didn't pay off. Again, really going round my backhand to hit that forehand, but it's doing a lot of damage, so yeah, big fist pump for that one. Great slice. Such an important moment to manage to get that break. Really nice backhand, showing it that I'm not just going to rally with it. You know, I can use that as a weapon as well. That's an important thing. Even if you chuck in a few different... That's a nice backhand from Jack. Chuck in a few different variations of your shots. So if your backhand is generally quite rallying orientated, but you pop in a winner every now and again, then mentally it sends signals that, you know, you're able and skillful enough to use them in different situations. Again, same thing, if you have a slice in your arsenal, that's pretty good. You want to chuck it in every now and again and throw off the opponent. Yeah, same thing as if you're serving down the tee and out wide. You don't want to do the same one every one, you want to do a little bit of variety to throw them off a little bit. right now in this rally, really looking to hit with good depth and quality. Bounce is so high, but I take that on, and that's a really good strike down the line there from me. Quite a nice return there from Jack. Look, he's pulling me out the court here. I managed to, keep him in the rally. Trying to move him out, create some space for myself. He's just so slow. He managed to get behind that and pull the trigger on a great backhand. So, yeah, couldn't do much about that. I thought I did a pretty good job. Chucking in the drop shot pays off. A little bit of variety in my game. Trying to move forwards, but probably wasn't the best move. Managed to get lucky with him putting a short lob, and yeah, with conviction put that smash away. Really nice out wide serve, bring him out the court. Backstander with a short ball there, try and take charge, and he's made a dubious goal there, so yeah, I'm not too sure about that, buddy. Anyway, can't really complain about that. Stuff happens all the time, whether it's in or out, it doesn't matter. Just you start to carry on. Yeah, Jack's found a bit of momentum here. Goes for the drop shot, but I read it early. Just try and dink it to his feet and play some sort of really dangerous line volley. Yeah, sometimes I can lose clarity and focus and not choose the simplest option I have available to me. He's showing a little bit of frustration there, so mentally sending me positive signs that I'm doing something well. Great strike from there. He's managing to still hold his own because he's still applying the pressure. Another drop shot. Sometimes I feel like you can use the drop shot in order to take the physicality up a notch. Again, every single time. I think it's the third and fourth time that Amali has struck the ball over. It keeps going through these stupid fences. It's quite funny. But yeah, she's up and off the wall, on and off the wall every single time. Yeah, back into the point. Again, trading backhands cross. Didn't hit with enough width, but found some great depth. He's answered back with a nice high ball. Yeah, unreal net cord at a big point. Faked him out there. Disguised it pretty nice. Take that backhand early, move forwards. Again, hitting a few backhand winners. I feel like that's something that I can commit to a bit more. Just staying relaxed and loose and trusting my shot. Not something that's really easy to do, of course. Dangerous drop shot from the baseline, but I felt like he was far back enough. It was a decent decision as long as I made it. I did. Really hitting that ball strong, but he managed to get there and pull me cross court, and I didn't close the net quick enough. So yeah, again, something I keep having to work on is making sure I'm closing the net and getting into the right positions, doing the right things over and over. Again, Amalia doing another throw of the ball. Thank you very much. Good depth on that return. See me a little bit off balance, so watching these recordings back is quite beneficial because I can see whether I can improve or not on my movement. Great low slice. He's trying to hold his own. We're just working each other out, looking for any opportunities that might come over. Had a super low slice, bring him to the net. A little bit late, but I managed to slot that down the line. Great point that I needed. Not a good enough return. He takes charge, puts me cross court. However, he doesn't hit the best match, and I'm back in it. Takes charge, moving it forwards. My shot wasn't deep enough. So yeah, well earned from him. Great depth on that return. Again, really chiseling that slice, making him play different balls all the time, so he's not getting a rhythm. That backhand line. Really trying to take charge of the ball, not let it bounce too high. Play with good shape. Again, I've got my inside out, really crush it to move forwards. Stick that volley in the space. Somehow, even after building the point well, I'm really disappointed in myself. I managed to miss that. Yeah, it's these stupid little points that catch me sometimes, whether it's a lapse of concentration or, you know, doubt before I hit the ball. It's a bit of a blur line to me, but that's something I need to work on, is just commit to a shot and make a decision straight away. Really nice again, powerful forehand. Give me an opportunity to whack that backhand down the line and stick that volley in the space. Manages to get it, hustle hard, but it was long. Well deserved point. You can see how much that ball bounces up. I have enough time to get around it. Sometimes it's tricky to know which shot to actually play. Again, really trying to accelerate on that backhand anytime I can. Plays a fantastic job, lob, so well done. Tries to crush that back and move forwards, but I get a good ball in it, accelerate well. Get a little bit too close to my body, and just long, I think. So, yeah, some of these points, you know, you can see they're so close. Just a few little changes in decision, I feel like, could, you know, drastically improve the outcome. From my side, at least. Great points like that, you know, play with good depth and width, move forwards, sneak into the net. See what damage I can do. Even if I didn't hit that hard, open up the space, played a really risky drop shot from the baseline on defense, but it was the only available space in the court, so I thought it was worth the risk. See there, again and again, I keep using that forehand out wide. To be working. Another time there, pulling him out with that, but he hits a great cracking backhand down the line. Couldn't do much about that. Really hustling hard here, trying to make a move, open up the court, see what he can give me. Right now he's holding his ground pretty well. Really puts the weight into that shot. Gets me on the defense. Plays a really nice change up and feel on the hands. So yeah, good decision making, and that's it. Match is done. So I'm pretty happy with that, guys, but thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.